Hey guys, welcome back to the feevefeever channel. I know I haven't posted much here on YouTube lately, but I do intend on putting some more content out in the future. This here is my new podcast, Discussions with Dante. Find it here on YouTube or on iTunes or on Google Play, whatever's more convenient for you. iTunes and Google Play will only have the last 5 episodes at any given time, whereas here on YouTube, all the episodes ever will be backed up, and you can come back and listen to them at any time you wish. Please enjoy the following podcast. Here we have a great guest as well as some great topics we get into. Make sure, of course, that you are subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss any podcasts in the future. Thanks so much, guys. Enjoy. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the first installment of Discussions with Dante, my new podcast here. I'm just joined today with Gurvir. Say hey, Gurvir.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How's it going? All right. So, yes, I'm with Gurvir here. Gurvir, you are 17 or 18 years old?
I'm 17 right now. I have a pretty late birthday.
All right. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Um, I'm 17. Just an everyday guy. I have my own hobbies, my own interests, and hopefully we'll get to know me a bit more today.
Yeah, man, that's the plan. All right. First thing I want to jump into, okay? Now, man, this is a little off topic maybe, but man, I was at Arts and Culture Festival, which is just a production by our local school.
Yeah.
And man, I saw you jamming out on
Yeah.
some weird, funky looking drums.
Yeah.
Man, what were those called?
They're called tabla drums.
Tabla drums. Okay. How do you get into that? That's what I want to know.
Well, about I'd say like 6 to 7 years ago. I think I was probably when I was in grade 6. I don't remember the exact time, but my parents kind of introduced me to them. They took me to a local teacher here who's actually, really skilled in his profession. And at first I didn't really like it, but my parents kind of introduced it to me, and then it took me a while to, really get a feel for it, but it's definitely a really interesting instrument.
No, that's dope, man. Would you call yourself a pro?
You know what I mean? Like I'd say I'm more of like a intermediate. I'm like
All
average,
right.
I'd say.
Hey, man, that's fair. But I saw you. I heard a story. Now, tell me if this is true or not. I heard a story. You got thrown into a new group, a new sort of presentation number at the last minute. And you had
Yeah.
you had to learn the drums right away. Is that true?
Yeah, you know that I think I don't know if it's a Spanish song or like a Mexican song. It's called Bailando.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like that song.
Yeah. I actually never heard of it. Like I heard of Despacito, but
Yeah.
I never heard of Bailando. So they threw me in that piece, and I honestly I don't know what to expect. Like I don't know if this would just be like another Despacito, like that kind of vibe. But it's kind of more of like a upbeat type song, and that's the style I like playing. So it went together really well.
No, that's good, man. I have a video of it. I might put it up on this video if you
Oh,
watch it
no
on
way.
YouTube, you might see it.
I
It's just a
actually
little
haven't heard it, right? Like I actually haven't seen it
true.
myself.
Man, I'll show you. You're focused, man. You're in there. And dare I say, I think Lando was maybe the standout performance of the night. Like everyone seemed to enjoy it, man. And everyone seemed to enjoy you as well.
Oh, that's an honor.
No, man, it was dope. It was so sick. Man, did you have fun doing AC Fest?
Yeah, it was definitely a great experience. Like I definitely opened up, I guess, the realm of my playing ability. Like typically I'm used to playing with, I guess Indian like classical music, right? Like
Sure.
where it started from. But I got to, experience a bit of a fusion, right? Between I guess like, two different like types of music from like two different continents, right? Like you have like Western, pop music mixed with like Indian classical music. I thought that was really a good new experience for me.
No, yeah, I think that's sick actually. I love like when that crosses over. One of my favorite do you listen to a lot of music?
Yeah, I'm really into hip hop,
Sure. One of my favorite sort of genres of music is it used to be EDM, and now I'm into rap and like hip hop a lot. One of my
Yeah,
favorite types of music though is still any EDM sort of hip hop rap crossovers.
yeah,
Man,
for sure.
I love that stuff so much. I think a lot of people like that too, is when sort of two music genres cross over, or when two sort of things that normally wouldn't go together mesh really well. I think
Yeah, for sure.
that's a really cool concept. Um, man, how do you find new music?
New music? You got apps like Spotify. I
Sure.
like Spotify especially because they come with, different like playlists, right? Like their hip hop playlists, their like you like EDM, their EDM
True.
playlist.
I use
You know,
Apple Music, but same sort of thing.
yeah, like those apps, right? They have playlists made by actual people who are into that like kind of music. Like whenever a new artist like drops a song and they're like a well-known artist, um if it blows up real quick, like it'll go into those playlists, and like that's how when a new song comes out, or like because of those
No, for sure. I
playlists.
feel you.
I heard songs like you probably heard "I Get the Bag" by the Migos and Gucci Mane.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah. How does that go? It's like I get the bag.
yeah, like I heard that
Yeah.
song way back in the summer, and
Oh, that's
there are
sick.
people who only discovered it like in the fall, which is that's why those apps they're really amazing.
No, yeah, man, they're useful. I use those quite a bit. You know what else I use though is finding new artists. Pretty cool if you use Instagram actually. A lot of people don't do this, but I like to go on like artists I like. Um,
Yeah,
so maybe you go on like Uzi's page, or like maybe not some big artists like that, but
yeah, for sure.
maybe some smaller artists, and just like check out who they're following, check out who they're commenting
Oh,
on and liking. And man,
definitely, yeah.
it's so cool because you'll see like what they like. I don't know. I really like that. Speaking of Instagram, man, you have an Instagram account, don't you?
I do. Uh,
True.
Basketball.
What's it called? It's
It's called
Ballception.
a
Is that what
ball.
it is?
Yeah, at Ballception.
All right. Spell that out for our viewers here.
Yeah.
Man, so what's that about? When did you start that?
So I'd say started it back up in July, but
Okay.
to be honest, I've really only been serious about it since I'd say November. That's when I really started focusing on growth, trying to get my page out there, I guess.
True. For all the people listening that don't know what Ballception is, can you just give me a quick little summary, quick little rundown what it is?
Yeah, definitely. So it's an account on Instagram. I focus on finding the best basketball clips from around the web, and
Okay.
sometimes I even put in some of my own edits. But mainly, I'm just going around the internet and looking at local games, trying to I guess recent games, and just trying to find the best clips I can, and I'll just post them.
Dope. Is it gonna be like only NBA, or will I find other stuff on there too?
No, man, we're it's pretty out there. Like I try to get you know clips from, like, I guess sometimes I even get clips from the parks, right? Like kids crossing each other over,
Okay.
people out in the gym, you know throwing down nasty dunks, right? I just try to find something that people would like the whole
Dope.
basketball niche on Instagram, like. Uh, on Instagram, there are different, types of like content, right? Like called niches. There's
Yeah.
food, there's fashion, and obviously I'm in the basketball niche, and it's pretty competitive. Trying to compete with other basketball accounts who are trying to, gain more followers. You really need to have the best content if you want to compete with other accounts, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. That involves a little bit of, there must be a little bit of, you obviously don't film it all yourself, so you must be, using videos from other accounts. How do you get away with that? Do you just have to tag them, or like what's the
Yeah.
deal with that?
So ultimately, you just you post the videos, and then in
Yep.
the caption you give credit, and that's really important because
Okay.
you don't want to be stealing content. You always
No,
want
yeah,
to
for sure.
you always want to give credit to the people who made it. And actually, the people who sometimes make the content, they're actually really, grateful that you're reposting their stuff because it actually brings traffic to their content, right? So
Oh,
like
I
say
see.
say other accounts make basketball edits. If I repost that and give credit in the caption, people will say, "Oh, this guy makes really cool edits. Why don't I check him out too?" And it's almost like you're giving them a shout out by reposting their work.
I see. Almost like a free shout out there. Um, Talking about money there, free. Man, do you get like paid for that at all, or like can you brand that at all, or how does that work?
Yeah, so definitely with the advancing markets, like people don't really watch TV that much anymore, right?
No,
Like nowadays,
I haven't watched TV for
so
at least
like
a year.
you think it's like people they're drifting over to the internet, right?
For sure.
So do you think it's useful like focusing your advertising in a place where in like a dying market? Um,
No, yeah, no, I wouldn't think so. I think they want to
yes.
move to
So
Instagram.
ultimately, platforms like Instagram or Facebook, they're evolving, and a lot of brands they want to advertise on these platforms, and often what you can do is you can work with brands and try to um, negotiate deals and get their like products advertised on your page, and you can negotiate like uh, like how long you want that content on your page, and you can essentially work out like the price for that depending on how big your page is.
Okay, it seems really confusing and really hard. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, so
No
I've put
way.
up a few promotions.
For real?
Yeah, right now I wouldn't say
Dang.
I'm definitely not the biggest account. I only have about a little under 3K. I was recently hacked,
Holy.
so yeah, I fell off a bit, but
Yo,
I
tell me about that. You got hacked?
yeah, it was pretty unfortunate. It's my own fault though. I kind of gave away my credentials to like
No.
this guy sent me a DM saying that here's a service which will help check your Instagram's like popularity and stuff. And I just
No.
finished a really hard workout and I wasn't really thinking that straight. Like I was really tired. I'm like,
Oh,
oh, that sounds
dang.
cool. So then I fell for it, and it was a long process. Like I literally had to make another account just to DM the guy back and ask for my account. And at first he's like, pay me. So so unfortunately I actually did pay him. I paid him $20 and he still didn't give it back. He's like, I didn't get the money. Send me another $20. And I'm like, okay, no, I'm not falling for that. So then, I worked with Instagram's like support team. And I also, contacted PayPal, say, listen, this is what happened. And I was able to get my money back, and I was also able to get my account back, luckily.
Dang. Okay, that's man, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Are you for real right now? All that
Yeah.
happened.
That was like when it
Holy.
happened, it was like literally the most heartbreaking thing.
Yeah, no
And
kidding.
what's ironic was I was literally watching your other podcast, the KW Vibes, while
Yeah.
it happened.
Shout out KW
And
Vibes.
yeah, you guys were like talking about passion projects, and
Yeah.
here I am getting my passion project nabbed away from me
Oh
while you
my
guys are
goodness.
talking about them. It's pretty ironic, but
Man. Wow. But it's all good now. You got it back. Ballception is back up and running. You got around 3K.
yeah,
I know I follow. I really like the content on there.
appreciate
Um,
it, man.
Man, shout out Ballception. Everybody go give that a follow. I'll tag it down below. Give you a little at.
All right, man,
So
appreciate
everyone
it.
can have the link in description there, guys. Man, no, that's cool. What else you been up to lately?
Lately, I've been trying to get my account back up there too. My engagement really fell, so like I used to get a lot more, people commenting, sharing, but ever since that happened, it's been a bit rough, but I'm trying to get back up
Sure.
there.
You've been
Um,
grinding. True.
yeah.
You can
Otherwise,
check like statistics and stuff on Instagram, right? Like how many views a video gets and stuff like that.
yeah. So like, if you set up a business account, you can actually, track everything. You can see how many followers you gained in a week. You can see your most viewed post, your most shared post. You can
What's
see
your
how many.
most viewed post?
Um, Man, it's crazy. Back in I'd say December, one of my
Okay.
posts hit the explore page, and I got 70,000 views on it.
70,000?
I know it was
That's
insane, but
insane. What the heck?
yeah, and I gained like 500 followers just from that. I'm like,
Holy.
damn, if I can ever hit the explore page again, man,
Yeah.
like it would just be amazing. But
Man, was
it was
that
a
was that a
blessing.
video you edited or how did
Um,
that work?
it was actually a repost, and
Okay.
that person actually later thanked me for reposting that because I think they gained a lot of attention too.
I'm sure they would, yeah.
Yeah, so like they're pretty thankful for that, and I'm like, it wasn't me, man. It's like Instagram clean clutch at that one.
Yeah, no, Instagram's a great platform. I know a lot of Vine stars went over to Instagram to
Yeah,
utilize that, right? And
yeah. I heard about Vine too coming up, but I don't know what
yeah,
happened with
you heard
that.
about that? I
Yeah,
think
I'm
it's
not.
I think it's a possibility. I think what happened there is the like the one of the co-founders of Vine like tweeted out Vine 2 coming soon or something like that.
Yeah, but do you
I
think
don't know.
do you think it'd ever be as big as it once was? Like the
Man,
original Vine?
Vine's dead, man. I don't know. Vine's over. I feel like Vine 2 is just gonna be like a bunch of people either reposting old Vines or like recreating old Vines. I don't know. Vine's dead. All these people have moved over to either YouTube or like
Yeah,
or
yeah, for
Instagram,
sure.
maybe Facebook. I don't know. I don't think the big creators are gonna come back. And
Yeah, for
then
sure.
I
You
don't
know,
know. I don't know.
a lot of those Vine stars, man, they're huge YouTubers now. Like I know,
That's right.
you know, somebody who a lot of people probably don't respect anymore, but Logan Paul and Jake Paul, right?
Of
They're
course,
big
yeah.
Vine stars, right? But now, like, what they have, one of them has like what 10 million subscribers on YouTube. Like, it's
Yeah, I think
unreal.
they're both getting up there. I think Logan has more, right? I think. I don't know. I'm actually not sure. I don't watch Logan
And
and Jake,
there's
but
a
they're
King
huge.
Bach too, right?
Yep, King Bosch. Dude, people don't realize how big Vine was. Like, obviously like Cody Ko was huge on Vine, Drew Gooden was huge. All these names, right? We got Lele Pons, of course, we forgot.
Oh,
And Lele
absolutely.
Pons. Oh, I can't
Yeah.
stand her. But that's fine, whatever. That's beside the point. People don't realize how
Yeah.
big Vine was, man.
No, it was
There's so many
huge.
influential Vines.
No, like like it was a pathway for like bigger things, right?
It's crazy, man. So many people came from Vine. You
Yeah,
know Cardi
exactly.
B?
Yeah, of course, man.
Cardi B has a couple songs out now. Dude, she
Yeah.
was originally on Vine.
No way. Actually, I had
That's where
no
she
clue.
got that's where she got her start, man. It's Vine. And then people reposting her Vines on Twitter. I hated her because she's just so annoying because she was a stripper at the time she was on Vine.
Yeah.
And she would just be like, "Man, I got so much money tonight. I love it." And like that was her whole Vine. And people are like, "This
Yeah.
chick is the dumbest girl I've ever seen in my life." You know,
Yeah.
that's how she
No,
got her
like
start.
yeah. I actually had no clue. Like I literally just know her from BoJack Yellow, but
True.
that's cool, man.
That's a bop though, low key. That's a bop.
Yeah. No.
Man, that's back into music. Yeah, no, but as far as Vine goes, I think Vine 2, it might be big for like 4 months, you know, but Vine's dead. Vine's over
Yeah.
with.
Yeah. I
That's
get
for
you.
sure. Just changing topics here a little bit, if that's all right with you.
Yeah. Sure.
Man, get a little bit more serious here. People want to know, bro. I know people can't see right now, but man, what's the deal with the turban? People have been saying that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I'm a Sikh, and you know, there's actually a statistic I saw recently.
Okay.
Actually, like 99% of the people you'd see wearing a turban
Yep.
are actually Sikhs. Uh,
Yeah.
and the other 1%, could be people in the Middle East. They could be, people from other parts of India, but 99% are actually Sikhs.
Yeah.
And basically, I guess the turban, it's basically a symbol of royalty and
Okay.
respect, and it's like I said, the identity for Sikhs. Like some of our common beliefs, are earning an honest living, remembering and meditating on God with every breath, which
Yeah.
ultimately forces you to do good. Like you're obviously not going to go rob a bank while thinking about God, and
No.
ultimately like sharing back with the people who need it most. And like when you see a person with a turban, like you know they're a Sikh and you can trust them, right?
Of course. No, that's cool. Okay. So, man, and then I love your beard, by the way. I don't know if anyone's ever told you that.
Oh, I
Probably.
appreciate it,
But
man.
bro, it's dope.
Yeah.
I wish I could grow a beard, man.
Wait, like you can't? Like you genetically
No,
can't?
bro, I literally, well, like I can, I'm sure, but like it's gonna look
You don't think
awful.
it'll suit you? Okay. Like
It'll look awful.
like
Like, man, there's some people that can like they look decent in a beard.
yeah.
Like you. I think your Dipple's rocking a beard right now.
Yeah,
Looking
no,
pretty decent. You
absolutely.
seen him lately?
Yeah, no, like
It
it
looks
completely
clean, I'm
suits
not
him,
gonna
man.
lie.
Like,
I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie.
exactly.
It
Have
does.
you heard of there's that company called Dollar Shave Club?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, there's actually a company like which is kind of like a spoof of that called Beard Club, and they actually instead of focusing on shaving products, they actually focus on products to like grow better beards. Yeah, people who like they struggle to grow beards, like they literally have products which will like help you like grow them and
Aren't they like
taking
don't
care of them
don't
and
they
stuff.
send you like oils and stuff to like clean your beard and they'll send you like combs and stuff?
Yeah, so they actually have like a line of beard oils. Like they're
That's so
scented. Like
sick.
there's sandalwood ones, and they also have
You
shampoos. They have like these like really like cool brushes. Like like my brother like personally like is really into
okay.
that. I the other day like I went and I tried his brush, and man, did that feel like heaven.
Really?
It was unreal.
How many sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, like I use this brush and I'm like, geez, this is like no brush I've touched in my life. Like literally, like
That's funny,
I
man.
don't know, it was perfect.
You mentioned your brother. How many siblings do you have?
I have one sibling, just
Only
my
one?
brother.
Okay. Is he older?
Yeah, he's a few years older. He's in university.
Yeah, what program? What's he doing?
He's in honor sciences, so
Oh,
he's really
nice.
into like
True.
the
So he's
sciences.
grinding out there.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a lot smarter than I am.
Hope you saying that. You can pull your grades. Man, what do you
No,
come
wait, sorry.
I know you're smart. I know you're smart. What do you want to do next year? Because we're in grade 12
Next
now.
year?
What do you want to do next year?
Well, I mean, the other day, like, I mean, literally last week, I got accepted to two universities,
Let's go,
which
buddy. That's awesome. That's hype. I'm so excited for you.
is honestly, I don't know, it's beyond blessed. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
What universities you
you
get
know,
accepted to? What programs?
well, I got into Guelph and
Sweet.
Waterloo currently for
Dope. Is that what you want to do?
psychology, and but they're like I'd say my second or third options. Like,
Okay.
I actually also wanted to go into science as well, but
Yeah.
you know, it's still I'm not 100% sure, right? So I think I still would have to explore it a bit more, and it's a bit early right now. Like people say, like you're going to university, like you should really know what you're doing, but ultimately your undergraduate doesn't really determine
Not necessarily.
your future completely, right? Like people, you know, it's typically after you decide your major, uh, that then you typically know what you want.
Yeah, I
Out
think
of your
the
life,
key
right?
is getting accepted first, and then you can, well, once you're there, you can kind of change and move around.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like it's nowadays it's easier to transfer
Yeah,
into
for sure. Once you're kind of
another
at the
program,
university,
right?
it's
So
you're kind of in.
yeah,
No,
absolutely.
yeah, I would totally agree with that. I know personally, I'm not going to university next year. I'm taking a fifth year and then working a little bit, and and then going after
Yeah,
that.
no, that's a really good move because like you get to take things a bit slower,
That's
right?
right.
And there's absolutely like nothing wrong with that. If anything, that's actually a lot better. Because in that case, you definitely know you have a better idea of like what you actually want to
Yeah, I
do.
think that's kind of the
Like
plan. Yeah.
like I've heard countless stories of people going to university and they're like, man, I hate what I'm doing,
Yeah,
right?
me too.
So like it gives you more time, right? Like you get to explore your interests a bit more, and that's a really good decision.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, I know a lot of people are doing that nowadays. What made you make the decision to go next year instead of taking another, maybe a fifth year, maybe a gap year, something like that? Why do you want to go next year?
Well, I guess the fact that I just got accepted, but besides that, I feel like ultimately, I don't want to push it off too long. I feel like if I take the other year, like the extra year, it might just be like personally like a waste of time for me
Okay.
because, um, I mean, if I had the grades to get in, I feel like I feel like that's good enough. Like I should probably just take it right now.
Okay. That's
Um,
fair. Um, you don't have to. Do you have to work a lot for university, or are you just gonna try to take a bunch of student loans? Or how's that working out for you?
for myself, well, currently, I think my parents are covering a lot of it.
Awesome.
Through like RESP and all that stuff,
Oh,
right?
sweet. Yeah, that's awesome.
And definitely, I will be working a bit to try and you
For
know,
sure.
help that fund a bit. But otherwise, yeah, I think like my parents cover a lot of it, and I'm beyond
Yeah, for
blessed
sure,
that.
man. Obviously, guys, Gurvir and I know each other in real life. We have a couple classes together. We hang out sometimes. Man, Gurvir is one of the nicest dudes I've ever met in my life, honestly. And honestly, Gurvir, you talk so much about your family, how much you appreciate them, and you're just beyond grateful for them. One of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life, for real.
I appreciate that, man. No, like they're honestly they're a huge blessing in my life. Growing up, wasn't always easy. I grew up with a few learning disabilities,
Okay.
right? From a young age, it was school was never easy. It was always a bit of a challenge, getting through things, and it was pretty unfortunate. When I was I'd say like in a distant elementary school, like a really long time
Yep.
ago, I overheard a teacher talking to another teacher about like I guess they were just frustrated that we were picking up things a bit slower, and I heard one teacher say to the other like assistant, they're like, it's okay, it's not like they're gonna have that much of a future anyways.
Man,
And that hearing that at a young age, that really it enforces concepts and ideologies inside you that like what's the point, right? I can't
not good
succeed.
enough. That's awful.
Yeah, like why try, right? And it took a lot of work to rebuild that confidence, and
For sure.
getting older, and you have a lot of good friends around you, and like that you can look up to, and just working hard on your own, and getting into university, that's just like I proved you wrong,
Man, that's
right?
that's such a good story. That's crazy. Man,
Yeah,
I'd bring my high school diploma, and then I'd bring my university diploma back to that elementary school and show the teacher, hey, I did it, like in your face, right?
absolutely. Like
That's so funny. You were telling me a little bit about your story earlier, a little while ago. Uh, just after that first KW Vibes um podcast there. Man, Gurvir, I think you always have a good way with words. Uh, Honestly, I appreciate all your stories for real,
thank you, man.
man. Anything else you wanted to talk about today?
I'm honestly not sure, man.
Sure, fair enough. I got a segment here that we do on the podcast. Even though I know this is the first one, guys, it's gonna be a somewhat of a normal segment. It's gonna be sort of
Yeah,
rapid fire questions. You all right with that?
okay. I hope so. I hope I give you like something at the top of my head, but we'll see how it goes.
All right, I'm going for it. Rapid fire questions. What's your favorite color?
The color? I'd say blue.
All right. What's your weirdest quirk? Weirdest thing about you?
The weirdest thing about me, um, sometimes I have random outbursts. Like I'll say the most random things that are so out of context,
Okay.
and but for some reason like people laugh, and I, I like that about myself
Fair enough.
personally.
If you could ever own a yacht, would you?
If I could own a
If you could
yacht,
own a yacht, would you?
no, it'd be boring.
You don't want a yacht?
Like what? No, dude. Like it'll be boring. Like you're just chilling there all day, and like no, like I want to be out there. I want to explore the
That's funny,
world.
man. All right. Are you good for a couple more?
Yeah, sure. Throw 'em.
When you were growing up, favorite book?
Um, well, I don't. I really don't read, but favorite book. I was really into the like when I was a kid. I was really
Okay.
into the Dr. Seuss
Facts.
books.
Me too.
If you're talking about like childhood books, but I actually I really enjoyed Life of Pi. I read
You
that
know what?
recently,
Yeah.
and it was a pretty interesting book. It's a story about a kid trapped on a boat with a tiger, and he has to like he's stranded out in the middle of the ocean, and he has to like find his way. Like he has to survive on a boat next to a tiger.
Hmm.
Like surviving on its own, like when you're in the middle of the ocean, is one thing, but then the fact that you're next to like a tiger who can literally bite your head off any minute.
True. And I think the thing with that too was like they almost have like a bond. Like they almost develop a friendship, the tiger and Pi, right?
Yeah, like he literally had to tame the tiger because like the tiger literally would have ate him, right? Like
Yeah. That's a crazy
yeah.
story, man. I could talk about that forever. Do you have any pets?
Any pets? I have an aquarium.
Okay. True.
Few fish
True.
just
Man, I
chilling in
like
there,
fish.
but yeah.
I have 3 fish tanks in my house right now.
Oh no way.
Yeah, no.
Like fresh water or cold water?
Always fresh water. Yeah, no salt water.
Yeah, no, that's expensive.
Salt
Like you
water.
literally have to. I don't know if it's expensive, but it's hard to
Yeah,
maintain
you
for sure, right? Like
just need different equipment. Like you can't just like with freshwater fish, you can kind of just fill up a tank with water
yeah,
and
like
plop them in. Whereas saltwater,
you
you do
literally
have
have
to
to go
maintain
get
it
it.
a little bit
Yeah.
more. No, you're totally right there. Yeah. However, I do think saltwater fish look a little cooler. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like definitely. Like freshwater fish. I don't know. Like they're more of like okay. I know they're animals, but like they're more kind of like they're just there in your house, just
I
chilling, right?
totally agree. I totally agree.
Whereas with cold water fish, you can kind of like a cold water and saltwater fish. Like you can literally like I don't know, man. There's just something about them.
No, I totally agree. They're kind
They're so exotic.
I was just gonna say they're exotic. You haven't seen them before, so I feel like they're more interesting to you. Have you had fish your whole life?
I did when I was like I'd say in kindergarten, but I don't think I was really good at taking care of them. Um, especially like fish bowls. Like as I got older, I looked into that a bit more, and fish bowls are literally like they're torture for fish. Like there's no filter. They're basically living in their own like
Yeah, no,
poop
they're really
and like
bad.
waste,
They're really bad.
and like like they don't last that long, right? Like you're basically torturing the fish, if anything.
Dang. Are you big into like animal rights or anything like that? Or you're vegan, aren't you? You're
No, I'm
vegetarian. My
vegetarian.
bad. My bad.
No worries. Yeah, I've been vegetarian for I'd say, uh, I don't know, like 4 to 5 years. No, four
And
years I'd say.
is that a personal choice? Is that a religious choice? Is that a choice out of like
No, I'd say it's more of a personal
sure.
thing. It started off as a bit of a like a challenge. I wanted to see what it's like, being vegetarian, and I don't know, like I heard about the health benefits of it,
For
and
sure.
I'm like, okay, and I guess I just kept going, and then ultimately I'm like, why don't I just be a vegetarian, But
And is that hard?
it's definitely hard, especially like in the beginning. Oh man, it's torture because you're literally you see a chicken wing and you literally just can't eat it.
Man, I want a chicken wing right now.
No, but like as you go on, it definitely gets easier. But like in the beginning, man, oh my god, it's complete torture.
That's good to hear. I like hearing that from like sort of a real perspective on that because I've had a couple vegetarians and like vegans try to convince me to become vegetarian. They're like, oh, it's so easy. It's so I'm like, no, that's hard. Like that's gonna be real
Yeah,
hard.
no, it's definitely a personal thing. I would never want to like go up to someone and say, hey, stop eating meat. Like
Sure.
I would never do that.
No.
Like it's definitely it's a very personal thing, and it's not easy, right?
No, yeah, it's gotta
It's
be.
it's like an NBA player going up to like an average like 50-year-old saying, "Go dunk a basketball." Like it's not gonna happen. Like it's
Yeah,
personal.
you gotta work hard and yeah, no, for sure. What store do you shop at the most?
Sort of I shop at the most. Um
Where do you shop? Do you shop
like
online? Do you shop in a store? Where do you go the most?
like in terms of clothing or like
Um,
food. Like what do you
let's
mean?
say okay, let's say food first of all.
Food?
Where do you go to eat the most?
Man, like at lunch, man, like burritos. Dude,
Burritos?
they're unreal.
True.
Like,
Where's your favorite burrito?
I used to go to Fat Bastards a lot,
True.
but
Shout out Fast Bastard Burrito.
yeah, no. Then I went over to Burrito Boys. It's a bit cheaper, so
Okay.
I go to Burrito Boys
You
a
think
bit
it's
more now.
better?
But I honestly don't know. It's like they're better in their own ways.
Okay. Shout out Burrito Boys, Waterloo.
Yeah. I'd say in terms of like quality, I say Fat Bastards is a bit better.
Okay.
But in terms of like uniqueness, I'd say Burrito Boys wins that category.
Okay.
But that's just me.
Dang. So you get obviously vegetarian burritos then.
Yeah.
So that means what's in that then?
I guess everything that besides meat,
I
if that
guess,
makes
yeah,
sense.
man.
But like I know at Burrito Boys they kind of have like the soy base, right? And like when you hear the word tofu, like meat eaters they probably cringe,
Yeah,
right? They're
man.
like, ew.
I'm like, that's nasty. That's nasty.
No, but like places like Burrito Boys, they'll actually like their tofu. It actually tastes good, right? Like they have their own recipe, right? They have their own like way they make it, and
True.
for consumers, right? So it's pretty good.
True. If you won $1 million today, what would you do with it?
$1 million.
$1 million today.
I go make a God's Plan music video.
Man, what?
That video was amazing. Like I think
Yeah.
I actually
It
cried
was so good.
after that. Yeah, no, it was amazing.
Man, I love something.
And like people say that song's God's Plan. Like they heard it a couple times and it's already old. Like man, like I hear it now and I still
It's a
love
good song, man. I like that song. I love Drake actually.
Yeah, no.
What are you saying on Drake?
Drake?
Is that a deal?
No, I love
Okay.
Drake, man. Like I feel like a lot of people, like we live in a day and age where like in hip hop, people are ashamed to say they like Drake, and he's been like I think he's up there with Chris Brown and all these other artists, right? Like he's been
I would agree.
on the charts consistently, right, for his entire career.
Yeah,
like,
well,
he's had like a really good career
since its release.
Like,
Take Care has been on
since it started.
the top 200, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Like that album, it's been on like what? I don't know. It was released like a really long time ago.
I think 2014, I think.
A bit, I think earlier than that, wasn't it?
I don't know, but it's been on the Billboard Top 200 since its release. I know that. That's insane. Yeah.
That has to be a record of some sort.
It is actually. Yeah, it's the longest album ever on the top 200.
Yeah,
Pretty
no,
crazy.
that's unreal.
No, man, I love Drake. I love it.
Man, Marvin's Room.
I have a Drake poster in my room, man.
Oh no way.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, Marvin's Room, like that's the type of song.
That's the
like
feels,
bro. That can bring you from like your highest point to like
bam.
Man, you just get your feelings.
Yeah, no, I feel you there. True. What would you say is your favorite Drake song? Marvin's Room?
Favorite Drake song? I honestly don't know, man. Like he has way too many bangers. Like he's been so consistent over the years.
Say favorite album then.
Favorite album?
Yeah.
I'd say Take Care is definitely number one.
Take Care is number one for you?
Yeah. I'd put Views at number two.
I'd put definitely Views number one for me. I'm not gonna lie.
And then and a lot of people didn't like More Life, but I put that at number three. Like I thought that was a really good album.
More Life, I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty good actually. Scary Hours coming out soon. What are we saying on that one? I'm thinking it's gonna be pretty good. Not gonna lie.
Dude, he never disappoints. We'll see what happens.
I agree.
But, yeah.
Let's go one more question here. Just a light question. Morning or night? Are you a morning person, night person?
Well, I'd say like when I was a kid, I'd definitely be more of a morning person. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like I'd be, my mom would wake me up 6 a.m. and I'd be awake at 5 a.m. sometimes. Like it was, I don't know, when I was a kid, like I just had a lot of energy. I mean, I still do, but
yeah.
When I was a kid, especially, man, like I would like literally be running around the classroom. Like, I always had a lot of energy. And then at night, I tried to fall asleep, and but now it's I don't know. I feel like an owl sometimes. Like I'm awake until like 2 a.m. And I'm just
True. Always
I don't
up.
know. I'm nocturnal.
True. Final question. Do you have any nicknames?
Nicknames? Man, okay. So a good friend of ours,
Yeah.
Andrew. Remember back in like grade 9 and grade 10 when like every day you just be chilling at the lunch table?
Yeah.
Um, well, we were sitting at the lunch table and Andrew was just playing around with my name. He's like, Gurvir, Gurvy, Gurvy. Then he started saying Curvy, and he's like, "Oh man, Gurvy,
Curvy
man,
Gurvy.
Gurvy is such a curvy guy." And then like ever since then, like people randomly call me Gurvy, and
Curvy Gurvy.
it makes
I
no
love it.
sense to
I
me,
love
but
it. Do you mind it?
I don't mind it. But it's
Okay.
like it never made sense to me. But
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. That's the point.
just like thick.
Thick, yeah. Thick and curvy Gurvy on the podcast here, boys. All right. How long have we been going here for? It's been a while.
Yeah, I have not been keeping track of time.
Me neither. Me neither at all. Yeah, let's wrap it up here. So just to go over a couple things here, guys. That was discussions with Dante here with Gurvir on it's probably be our first episode I put out. Obviously you guys will know when you're listening to this. Thanks so much, Gurvir, for being on.
Appreciate it, man.
Cheers. Shout out Ballception. Go follow it on Instagram. Shout out Gurvir for being here. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
All right, bye.